we got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at basically your whole life investment going up in flames. It did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Housing Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Housing Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see today, we are not disappointed. I would definitely recommend Housing Authority of Grenada for all your construction needs. With their affordable costs, high level of customer service, guidance, and building expertise, they will help you as they help us.
Do you need to get one of these tests done at an affordable price? Well, look no further. Visit Allied Laboratories by Fit for Life today. We offer VDRL, CBC, ANA, rheumatoid factor, D-dimer, TROP1, HbA1c, PT-INR, and PTT. Call one of our branches today, conveniently located at Grenville and Granats, and one of our staff members will be happy to assist. Please note that there are over 200 tests available, and these are only a few. So call today and book your appointment.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Fuel your dreams with a communal vehicle loan. It's a huge deal with super awesome rates and discounts. Get the vehicle that's just for you. Enjoy your journey. Make memories. Explore more. We're fueling dreams to your destination. It's a huge deal and it's just for you. Your destination, and we'll take you there. Call or message us on WhatsApp 405-6670 or 405-2248. Let's get you where you have to be with Communal and Friends. This special promotion is in collaboration with The Beacon Insurance, Netherlands Insurance, Greens Automotive, RF Motors, and Specialized Automotive. We're fueling dreams to your destination. Apply today. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Alrighty, and we'd like to say welcome one and all to another Mikey Live program. I am your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean, that is Grenada, where we have it in abundance. We're talking about the sand, the sea, the sun, beautiful people, and all of that, you know. We have so many things to tell you about tonight. Autopsy results released following the death of a baby at a daycare in Grand Anse, and murder accused now granted bail. We'll talk to you about that. Man charged with possession of firearm and ammunition, and as well St. David resident charged with arson and is being remanded.
Grenlec explains reasons for recent unplanned outages. We'll talk about that as well. And West Indies, the T20 World Cup squad named Andrew Fletcher's name is not included on that list. We'll talk to you about that as well. And we have some more things to tell you about as we go on through tonight's program. It's always a pleasure to be here with you to talk to you about what's making the news here in Grenada. We want to let you know that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Courts Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, the Housing Authority of Grenada. We also have Real Value IGA Supermarket and, of course, Superb Distributors. We want to say a special thank you to all our sponsors and, of course, let you know that we appreciate you. Now, remember that someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credit compliments Digicel, and that person could be you. And we might be even extra generous on the business tonight, you know? So anyway, folks, we are coming back. Just about 30 seconds or so, and we'll be back.
Hey man, when we come online, you only juking up your phone.
Yeah boy, now as I say, they have an app. I can't find it. I check Play Store. I do a Google search. I can't find it. Man, I get fed up, man.
Nah man, because you look in the wrong place. The app is web-based.
Web-based?
Yes, you access it via your web browser, right? You can add it to your home screen or your desktop, like any regular app. Watch. Look, I have it on my phone, right? And you can access it or add it to any device, your computer, your tablet, any device.
Well, how I doing that and I can't find it?
Okay, watch. All you have to do is open your browser, right? And type mobile.nawasa.gd. And voila, you see?
Hey, just so?
Yes, and you can download it or access it via the web. Once you have a reliable internet connection, right, you can run the app anywhere, anytime.
So, how I adding that to my home screen?
Right, so you click on those three dots, right, or your web browser setting, and look for the option to install app or add to home screen. Easy peasy.
Well, thank you. Now I could help Auntie June because she was having the same problem too.
The Nawasa app, versatile, fast-paced, and always up to date because it's web-based. So Auntie Joan won't always have to install update. Once a change is made to the app, it updates automatically, no hassle.
Well, that's a good thing.
Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion.
Alrighty, and of course, here we are, and we are welcoming the first-time viewers to tonight's program. And to those of you who are always here, the usual suspects we call them, we had again, I take a t-shirt saying usual suspects. Anyway, hello to you. Now, the Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Cecile La Grenade, will leave the country today to attend the state funeral of Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II in London, United Kingdom. Now, the state funeral will be held on Monday, September 19th at Westminster Abbey. And of course, Her Excellency Dame Cecile La Grenade will be accompanied by Grenada's resident High Commission in the United Kingdom, Her Excellency Keisha Eba Grant. All right, now the Governor General is also expected to hold an audience with His Majesty King Charles III during her visit there. All right, the Governor General will return on September 21st, 2022. Now, Senator, the Honorable Decima Williams, President of the Senate, has been appointed as Acting Governor General in the absence of Her Excellency Dame Cecile La Grenade. Okay, and the Prime Minister too, he's out. Prime Minister Honorable Dickon Mitchell, he will leave the country actually today to attend the 84th conference of the People's National Party, the PNP, in Jamaica, following which he will travel to New York to participate in the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly. Now, Prime Minister Mitchell will deliver the feature address on the occasion of the PNP's 84th anniversary on Thursday, September 15 in Kingston, Jamaica. Now, the Prime Minister will then travel on to New York on Friday, September 16, where he will begin a series of engagements as part of the UNGA 77th that includes meeting with world leaders to discuss global issues with implications for Grenada and the small island states of the Caribbean. Prime Minister Mitchell will be accompanied in New York. Prime Minister Mitchell will be accompanied. Sorry. Yeah, phone call it. Phone call it, people. Yeah, no. Alright. Just throw me off Friday. Boy, yes. You understand? Calling me. Beginning series of engagement, discuss global issues. So Prime Minister will be accompanied, by New York by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development, Honorable Joseph Andel, and a delegation from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. All right, we have posted a thing on the business for you, so you can check out that in terms of understanding where the Prime Minister will be and what he will be doing. Folks, we are moving on. Now, the next thing that we have to tell all you about, on Thursday, 1st September 2022, during an operations conducted by the police at Springs in St. George, 145 Smith & Wesson pistol and one 9mm pistol along with 17 rounds of 9mm ammunition and 13 rounds of 45 ammunition were confiscated. Now, as a result, Kelly McFarlane, a 34-year-old customer service representative of Springs St. George, was arrested and charged for possession of firearms and ammunition. McFarlane was granted bail in the sum of $10,000 with one surety and is scheduled to appear at the St. George's Magistrates Court on Thursday, 15 September 2022. Although there are more fires happening and so on, and just last week we were telling you the police were saying that they're very uncomfortable with the amount of fires that were happening. Today we learned of another dwelling home that was gutted by fire today. Now, what we were told by police is that the house was totally destroyed by fire, and there was one occupant of that house who sustained injuries.
This morning, 14th September 2022, police responded to a report of a house fire at Cafe St. Andrew. On arrival, fire officers found the dwelling house fully engulfed in fire. They proceeded to extinguish that fire. However, the entire 14 by 16 wooden dwelling house and its contents were destroyed by the fire. The male occupant of that house had sustained burns about his body. On the afternoon
and of course,
Tuesday,
we're going to come back to that other story just now. So yes, so you find that there's a lot happening with regards to fires, and the police, they are really trying to get people to be very careful when it comes to the electrical appliance and how they go about with the use of matches and all of that, so that we reduce the amount of fires that we are seeing so far. It's just too many. Now, officers attached to the Criminal Investigations Department in a separate matter at St. David, they have arrested and charged Logan Thomas, a 21-year-old unemployed individual of content in St. David, for the crime of arson by intentionally and unlawfully setting fire to the dwelling house of a resident of Apwetut, St. David. Now, according to the police, this incident occurred on Saturday, 3rd September 2022. Now, according to the police, Thomas appeared before the Grenville Magistrates Court on Friday, 9th September, and was remanded to Her Majesty's Prison until Thursday, 20th October 2022. We are moving on. Now, earlier, the next thing that we have to tell you about by Grenlec, they are attempting to explain the reason for recent unplanned outages, all right, originating at their plant. They say that they'd like to provide more information about the cause of the recent unplanned outages that have resulted in service interruptions to customers on mainland Grenada. Now, company officials say the combination of issues related to the company's two large generating units, and they're temporarily impacted, they have temporarily impacted electricity reliability. Now, Clive Hoston, who is Grenlec's acting general manager, he's explaining that the first issue relates to unexpected delays, they say, in the shipment of parts and other services during the routine maintenance of the second largest generating unit. Now here is the general manager acting, who is explaining all the issues that they've been experiencing in recent weeks.
While in our business unplanned outages will occur, I want to explain the reason that we've been having these particular outages over the last few weeks. One is that our second largest engine has been on overhaul for the last few months. There has been delays, and it's mainly due to supply chain issues in obtaining parts and various services to Grenada. We expect at the end of this month we should have that engine commissioned and operational. Our largest unit, right, has also had several trips, right? These have been both electrical and mechanical. The last one that we had last Friday was mechanical in nature with the exhaust, and we were able to fix that. We had to wait while the engine to cool down to do the repairs, and even then we had some burnt out cables that took some time for repair. But apart from that, we've been having some intermittent trips or outages due to instrumentation, automation with sensors failing, having earth faults. And presently we have someone here from the OEM, original equipment manufacturer, to help us solve this problem. But we are working tirelessly to prevent these type of outages. When we get back our second largest unit, we will be in a better stage in terms of reliability.
Thank you very much. Yeah, people have been, expressing their frustration with having electricity going out at just random times in the day or night. So it's good to know that efforts are being made to remedy this situation. Folks, we are moving on. The next thing that we can tell you about, we received a notice. I'm trying to pull that up for you right now. That's right. So the Grenada Bankers Association, the GBA, they would like to advise the general public that as of September 30th, 2022, the Bank of England will no longer be accepting as legal tender paper pound sterling 20 and 50 notes, which have been replaced by its new polymer notes. Now, in an effort to ensure that local consumers or customers redeem the value of the paper notes of these denominations that are in their possession, the association, they are requesting that a special effort be made to have these notes converted to local currency or exchanged for the newly issued polymer notes on or before September 23rd, 2022. Olia, people are being a little disgruntled right now, and I'll tell you why. The squad for the T20 World Cup has been announced, and missing on the list is Grenada's Andre Fletcher, who is in fine form. Andre was recently named the man of the tournament in the 60s series that recently concluded. In the current CPL series, he's one of the batsmen who is on top of the list in terms of runs scored for the amount of games played. And he was still not selected on the list. There were also talks about the squad being selected from the CPL tournament, but that is not to be. So a lot of people are disgruntled about it. I can only imagine how this makes Andre Fletcher feel. We posted we posted this on our page, and the comments are crazy in terms of what people are saying, and there's this general idea that this has a lot to do with small island, big island thing, that people will think that is already out the door, but apparently it is not. We'll hear more about that as time progresses because the list was published recently, and of course people are now starting to express their dissatisfaction in the team that they are seeing that's been put forward for the T20 World Cup. Well, we just have to find a different team to support. Okay, let's get into one of the serious matters for tonight. We told you last week about the death of an infant, a 5-month-old at a daycare in Grand Dance, and we did promise that we were going to get an update for you once one was available. We were able to speak with the police today in terms of the results of the autopsy, and we have that right now for you from the Royal Grenada Police Force.
On the afternoon of Tuesday, September 6th, 2022, the police received a report of a baby being brought into the Grand Anse Medical Station in an unresponsive state. Officers attached to the CID, South St. George Police Station, immediately visited that medical station. Preliminary investigations revealed that the 5-month-old baby boy was brought into the medical station by workers attached to a daycare center in the south of the island. The baby was immediately examined by the district medical officer and was pronounced dead. On the 9th of September 2022, a postmortem was conducted on the body of that baby, and the cause of death was determined to be asphyxia and bronchoaspiration of fluid. Police investigations into that matter continues.
All right, so the police are saying that the investigation into that matter continues because, of course, they have given the cause of death, and now it is to determine how did that happen. Yeah, and so I guess as much with time, and once the police come up with their investigation, we will know. So we asked a doctor to explain the term for us. In fact, we asked 2 doctors to explain the term for us, and we're not saying that this is what has happened in that particular case to be just to say. So we are saying that we do not know that this is the case in this particular incident, but we ask for the benefit of our viewers, we asked 2 doctors to explain the term that's been given by the police. And what they are saying, that term means that the deceased might have suffocated on an object, then vomited, or the deceased straight up might have vomited and choked on his or her vomit. All right. They go into other explanations, but that was the kind of consensus that we were getting from the 2 doctors in terms of when someone says that a baby or that an individual has died, and this is what the autopsy has revealed, the cause of death, what can this mean? And that this is what they are saying that it can mean. All right. And so we are not saying that this is a situation, this is what has happened in this situation. That's not what we are saying. We are saying, just as you would see a word and you look into the dictionary to find the meaning of that word, we spoke to 2 doctors to explain to us when you get that cause of death, what can this mean? And they're saying, among other things, which is consensus between the 2 doctors, it is more than likely to be a scenario like this. Again, police are investigating this particular incident, and the specifics relating to that will be revealed, I'm guessing, upon the conclusion of the investigation as it relates to this particular incident, because still, again, we do not know what has happened, and that is why there is still an investigation that's being conducted. But we thought it necessary to not just leave the term out there to anyone's speculation, at least having a duty to explain to you, and this is what we say, news discussed, not told, to explain to you what that term means when you hear it as a cause of death. All right? We are moving on. Now, according to police, one man who's been charged with non-capital murder has been granted bail. Now, Teron Jamie Belfon, a 47-year-old, farmer of La Fortune St. Patrick, you will remember that he was arrested and charged for the offense of non-capital murder by intentionally causing the death of Nicholas Duncan, a 60-year-old male of Madays in St. Patrick. Now, you would recall the incident occurred on Wednesday, 2nd March 2022. We have an update for us here from the police.
Teron Jamie Belfon of La Fortune St. Patrick's, who was charged for murder in the March 2nd death of Nicholas Duncan, has recently been granted bail by the High Court. His bail was in a sum of $50,000 with 2 sureties. Additional conditions are that he must have no contact with the witnesses in the matter. He is to relocate from La Fortune St. Patrick's. He is not to leave the jurisdiction without the permission of the court. His matter is set for the Sotez Magistrate Court on Friday, 16th September 2022.
All right, and so we are going to continue, as we always say, to follow that one for you. Okay, there's one thing that we also have to tell you about. Let's see if we can find it, because we have about 3 more minutes. The government of the Kingdom of Morocco, they have sent out notice informing individuals of the Morocco Scholarship Program 2022-2023 to further their educational pursuits with a fully funded scholarship in a variety of disciplines. Now, scholarship awardees can enroll in the field of medicine, all right, architecture, engineering, business, or any program offered by the Morocco public institutions, all right? Now, individuals interested in the program, you can seek further information through the Ministry of Education. Now, the deadline for application is Friday, 14th October, 2022. Now, an informational webinar will also be hosted by the embassies of the Eastern Caribbean states of the Kingdom of Morocco Thursday, 29th September 2022, 10 in the morning, giving individuals an opportunity to learn more about the scholarship program from the Moroccan Agency for International Cooperation, the AMC. The webinar will be streamed live via the OECS Facebook page. What else can we tell you about? We still want to invite some of you who are currently on the program to please share the program so that other people get an opportunity to know that we are live. Today, the police on a radio program revealed that they have taken steps to nip in the bud scams that has been going around, particularly relating to subscriptions for whether it is for food or subscriptions for cheap grocery items and so on. The police say that many of these are usually scams, and sometimes you don't have a lot of work to do to realize that they are scams. This morning in a radio program speaking to members of the FIU, they indicated that one of those popular scams, like for example the food boss, they say that was thoroughly investigated, and they were able to put a stop to that and other scams that's been in circulation. Now they are saying that if something looks too good to be true, chances are that it is, and they're recommending that you stop, think, and ask a question. Yeah, stop, think, and ask a question. That's the word from the Royal Grenada Police Force, the Financial Intelligence Unit. They are going about a series of sensitization and awareness program, giving the public an opportunity to understand what money laundering is and how persons can identify scams, and of course how persons can do some best practices so that they are not victims of these scams. They are saying that one of the popular things that they are seeing happening these days is that people who are going to some of these money transfer companies and they will ask someone in the line, or they will pretend to be busy and ask someone in the line to please go ahead and send these monies to an individual for me, because they know the line is long, so can you do me a favor? And sometimes we'll even offer you a $20 or $50 to do that. And the unassuming person would just say, okay, let me do that for you because I know you. And sometimes you don't know them, and you go ahead and you do that transfer, not knowing that what you have done, you just did, is your part in some sort of money laundering scheme. So they are advising persons to not accept monies for transfer from persons who they're not very familiar with, or who you might suspect, or sometimes you might not even have that suspicion. But if you don't know the person, or if you're not sure, to not accept any such, because you might just be getting yourself into some serious trouble. Folks, we are going to take a quick break and come back in a moment. And remember, when we come back, we will have for you the national report and the weather. And again, we see that many of you have not yet shared, and that's all that we ask of you, the people who are on the program, to please go ahead and share so that you give other people like yourselves an opportunity to view the program. All right, one share is all we need from you, and that's it. We've been having this issue that there are some people who don't get notifications and think that the program is no longer happening, and so through people like yourselves sharing, they get to see the program live on your page. And of course, we'll probably will come back another time to make sure that once they don't see it pop up, that they can check out your page and watch the program. So folks, we're taking a break and we will come back shortly. Stay right there.
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at you, basically your whole life investment going up in flames. It did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Housing Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Housing Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see today, we are not disappointed. I would definitely recommend Housing Authority of Grenada for all your construction needs. With their affordable costs, high level of customer service, guidance, and building expertise, they will help you as they help us.
Do you need to get one of these tests done at an affordable price? Well, look no further. Visit Allied Laboratories by Fit for Life today. We offer VDRL, CBC, ANA, rheumatoid factor, D-dimer, TROP1, HbA1c, PT-INR, and PTT. Call one of our branches today, conveniently located at Grenville and Granats, and one of our staff members will be happy to assist. Please note that there are over 200 tests available, and these are only a few. So call today and book your appointment.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Spare your pocket, spare the earth. Always at Grenlec, you come first. Save energy, save a dime. We choose your wattage and we choose your time. When you use appliances, make sure you buy energy efficient every time. Spare your pocket.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are superb distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Fuel your dreams with a communal vehicle loan. It's a huge deal with super awesome rates and discounts. Get the vehicle that's just for you. Enjoy your journey. Make memories. Explore more. We're fueling dreams to your destination. It's a huge deal and it's just for you. Your destination, and we'll take you there. Call or message us on WhatsApp 405-6670 or 405-2248. Let's get you where you have to be with Communal and Friends. This special promotion is in collaboration with The Beacon Insurance, Netherlands Insurance, Greens Automotive, RF Motors, and Specialized Automotive. We're fueling dreams to your destination. Apply today. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to Yogo. Most of you know us for our food delivery service and our food pass for free delivery from restaurants. But did you know you can also use us for grocery deliveries too? We've just added another 5,000 plus new items to Yogo's supermarket. And stay updated as we add more products and vendors. Yogo Services is our convenient skip the line offering. Let us pay your electric, water, and other utility bills for you. With us, you will be able to buy tickets, pay your rent, schedule bookings, and other services. Need a ride to get somewhere? Give Yogo Lyft a try. Select your pickup location and destination location and wait for our driver to collect you. Never have to worry about how you're gonna get to a place again. Please see website or app for our service locations. And sign up now.
Prime Minister says the region's education system must be the driving force for building resilient populations. This story and more in the National Report.
Do you know that you can lower your electricity bill by switching to energy-efficient appliances? By switching to energy-efficient appliances, you can help lower your energy usage. Your refrigerator, for example, is amongst the highest energy consuming appliances within your home as it remains running throughout the day and night. Switching to an energy efficient refrigerator can lower your electricity bill by up to 40%. As an individual consumer, I cannot impact global fuel prices. However, I can ease the burden of rising fuel rates by switching to energy efficient appliances. What can you do?
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
With the details to the news for Wednesday, 14th September 2022, I am Abigail McIntyre. Grenada's Prime Minister, the Honorable Dickon Mitchell, says the region's education system must be the catalyst for resilient populations in the Caribbean. But if this is to be realized, certification cannot be the sole focus. Mr. Mitchell was a guest panelist at the OECS, USAID, UNICEF CEO breakfast at the Radisson Hotel on Wednesday, which was held under the theme Reimagining the OECS, Opportunities and Innovate Forward. Aligning this to government's transformational agenda, Prime Minister Mitchell said the region needs to do more in allocating funds towards education and to cease in perpetuating the myth that certification alone is education.
We have to take a fundamental relook of our education system. And then we also need to look at the question of skills training and vocational skills. I think we've talked a lot about it, but if you examine the reality in Grenada, and those are some of the stark realities. If NULO didn't exist, for example, most of the hotels would not have air conditioning and refrigeration technicians. A lot of the construction companies would not have plumbers, etc., etc. The hospitality industry would be woefully short on a lot of the persons who work in the hotels. And let me say this, NULO, up until recently, never got any state or government subventions. It was completely funded by NGOs. Recently, the government has stepped in and begun underwriting the cost of paying instructors. But you take NULO out of the equation, and the question is from 1983-84 onwards, you would essentially have had no dedicated vocational national institution in Grenada. The percentage of people who do vocational skills training at TAMCC is woefully inadequate. And I want us to understand the statistics. 2,600 plus students sat what I still call CXC. I guess the names are longer now. Of that 2,600, what is the capacity of TAMCC and NULO to absorb the 2,600? And what happens to the rest of them? Where is the continuing skills training, vocational training, opportunities for further enhanced education? It doesn't exist.
Director General of the OECS, Dr. Didacus Jules, supports the comments of Prime Minister Mitchell and adds that subjects like agriculture needs to be revamped in schools if the region is to ensure a sustainable future in food security.
We have traditionally taught agriculture in school as if it is still a cutlass and hoe technology. All of these new technologies need to be introduced in the syllabus in schools. In CXC, for example, the agricultural syllabus needs to be revised. We need to look at the access of capital for agricultural and agro-entrepreneurs. We need to look at how we move from just the production of food to the manufacture of value added in food products. So we're moving from just say growing bananas to creating banana products, breadfruit flour, and all of that. I remember in St. Lucia, there's a very interesting thing that happened. Mushrooms, locally grown mushrooms is a big thing. And by the way, Prime Minister Mitchell, they're being grown in containers using solar power because it requires a very special climate to do that. And this thing has become a big industry in St. Lucia now. It started with primary school dropouts in a community called Babono. And what happened there was that an English guy came down, looked at what was available on the supermarket shelves, and asked himself, what are the products, high-value products that could be grown in St. Lucia? And of all things that probably nobody else might have thought of was mushrooms. And he then proceeded to set up these containers, solar-powered, hire young people, got them in as shareholders of the business. And this has now become a six-figure agricultural enterprise.
Regional Representative for USAID Eastern Caribbean Office, Clinton White, says his organization is keen on assisting Caribbean countries achieve its goals for sustainability and resilience in the various sectors.
For example, here in Grenada, we've been working on what we call our Care Secure program, which is actually working with the police and other law enforcement to automate their crime data systems so that you get away from a manual system and now you have an automated system, which we call our Police Record Management Information System, so that then it becomes much easier for the police to have information
input it into a system that not only they're accessing, but they can access in the other police stations throughout the country. We've been able to install 11 out of the 14 police stations this automated system. We've also been able to use Grenada as a model for this Care Secure throughout the Caribbean region. And, and this says a lot about the technical skills that they also have, because with this system there was a lot of training, but also their trainers became trainer of trainers. And so now, again, as I said, they're the leading model for us, and they're continuing to advance it. We're looking forward to the new program launching again so that we can continue this work. But this is an innovative tool that is being used that now is helping in the fight against crime.
The parish of St. David has the highest number of applications for housing repairs, and Prime Minister and Parliamentary Representative for the area, the Honourable Dickon Mitchell, is working assiduously to address this issue. The constituency of St. George Northeast is ranked second. Housing is a major problem for citizens of Grenada, where either owning or maintaining a home is difficult. Government is cognizant of this, and so began to tackle the issue by first meeting with professionals and skilled laborers in the building construction field. An open house meeting was held Tuesday evening at the Corinth Low-Income Housing Project site, where over 200 housing units will be distributed before the end of 2022. Prime Minister Mitchell admitted that government cannot address every housing issue on its own, but would require a public-private partnership that includes a working partnership with contractors and builders.
Even if we can give people materials, somebody has to repair the house. Somebody has to help to renovate the house. And if we do not have competent people doing it, then you're probably throwing the materials down the drain. Because too little rain, too little wind, and you'll be right back where we started. So part of the reason for inviting you here today is, in fact, to let you know of the critical need for housing assistance, repairs to houses, the need to build new houses throughout St. David and by extension throughout the length and breadth of Grenada. And we want to be able to come up with the appropriate housing repair, housing assistance, and housing program with your input. It's easy for me as the Prime Minister to say I want to build 500 houses. It's easy for the Minister of Housing to say that as well. But for us to implement that, we need to be in consultation with you. We need to have your ideas, your recommendations as to how we go about achieving this aim. Because this will have to be done in conjunction with the government and the private citizens. It will have to be a public-private partnership.
Government is also looking into a number of possibilities for meeting the housing needs of citizens.
2 steps down the road from here, for example, you have the Point Marquee development. There's still significant acreage of land left there. So from where we sit, it's an opportunity for the government to partner with someone like Point Marquee to be able to create some of the housing that we want. And there are models that we can use. I could give an example where in places like the Bahamas, the government provides the land, the government does the infrastructure, and hands over the construction of the homes to private contractors, and the private contractors sell the homes at a price that allows the government to recover its land, recover its infrastructure investment. And the financing comes from a mortgage bank or a development bank, as the case may be. That's just one model that we can look at. You can look at another model where the government itself provides the land, builds the homes, and then do a lease to own, or simply straight out sells the homes to homeowners who can afford it. So the models are going to be different because we have to be able to look at the different income levels of people. And there's also the challenge of land ownership, because land prices have, particularly in the south of the island, and to some extent also impacting on St. David, land prices have gone up quite a lot. And there are a lot of persons who, even fully employed, are unable to meet the kind of commitments one would expect from being able to buy land. And if you can't buy land, you can't build homes. certainly the traditional homes that we used to in Grenada.
Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cecile La Grenade left here on Wednesday to attend the state funeral of Queen Elizabeth II, who died last week. Dame Cecile, who will be out of state for at least 1 week, will be accompanied to Her Majesty's funeral at Westminster Abbey by Resident High Commissioner Keisha Grant. President of the Senate, Dr. Decima Williams, will act as Governor General in the absence of Dame Cecile. Prime Minister Honorable Dickon Mitchell also left the country today to attend the 84th conference of the People's National Party, also known as the PNP, in Jamaica, where he will deliver the feature address on the occasion of the PNP's 84th anniversary on Thursday, September 15th, following which he will travel to New York to participate in the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly, also known as the UNGA 77. There, he will begin a series of engagements as part of the UNGA 77 that include meetings with world leaders to discuss global issues with implications for Grenada and the small island states of the Caribbean. Prime Minister Mitchell will be accompanied in New York by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development, the Honorable Joseph Andel, and a delegation from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Notable engagements include Honorable Dickon Mitchell's participation as a keynote speaker at the United Nations Foundation's Unlock the Future of Learning event to be held on September 19 at the Ford Foundation in New York. The audience will include leaders, education champions, young change makers, and activists from around the world. The Honorable Prime Minister is also expected to address the high-level general debate on Saturday, September 24th. Any changes in the schedule will be communicated via the Government Information Service. The delegation is scheduled to return on September 25th, 2022. Honorable Dennis Cornwall, Minister for Infrastructure and Physical Development, Public Utilities, Civil Aviation and Transportation, has been appointed acting Prime Minister in the absence of Prime Minister Mitchell. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
Prepare for hurricane. Prepare for hurricane. Make sure you have your radio and your batteries too. Waterproof flashlight candles will do. Tin stuff, garbage bag, first aid kit. Come on people, make sure you have it. Clean water in a container and a hurricane plan. Hear me no man.
Hurricane damage is beyond your control. Surviving the aftermath is up to you. Have a hurricane plan. It can save your life and your family too.
Prepare for hurricane. Your hair, prepare for hurricane.
Welcome back. The Grenada Electricity Services Limited, Grenlec, is discontinuing a temporary decrease in the non-fuel rate of electricity. The company says this took effect on September 9th. The 25% decrease per kilowatt in the non-fuel charge across all customer categories was implemented in January 2022 to provide some relief to electricity customers in the face of rising food prices. Grenlec's acting general manager Clive Holston says while it was understood that the significant decrease would negatively impact the company's operations and finances, it was important to take some meaningful action to help customers. But he says as it stands now, they need to remove the 25% decrease if they are to stabilize the company's finances.
Right now we're at a point where this 25% decrease has gone on for 8 months, and it is definitely having that, negative financial impact. So it's one that we have to remove immediately in order to stabilize the finances for the company. We know that it is tough times for everyone out there, all customers. Fuel prices have risen drastically from the beginning of this year, and it is now at an all-time high. But this is one of the decisions that we have to make. We know it's going to affect customers out there. It's going to affect businesses.
In a statement issued on Tuesday, the company said the rate reduction has lessened the severe impact of high electricity prices, which have been climbing since January 2021 because of increases in world fuel prices. Fuel charge to customers is currently at a record high 87 cents per kilowatt. Acknowledging the gravity of the situation for the company as well as customers, Clive Hostin says the timing of the discontinuation of the 25% reduction cannot be further delayed. And as the world energy crisis persists, Mr. Hostin appeals to all to be mindful of their energy consumption.
We ask that you pay, prudent attention to your bill, energy management, energy conservation, energy efficiency. Avoid wasting electricity as much as you can. The electricity price that we're going back to, that by removing that 25% decrease, is one in which there has been only a 3 cents change for 30 years. So with that, it shows that the company has been doing quite a lot in terms of efficiency, improving reliability over the years, based on our standard non-fuel charge.
The company will bill usage prior to 9 September 2022 at the reduced temporary rate. A delegation from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture is visiting Carriacou and Petite Martinique as part of efforts between the Ministry and the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique and the local government to discuss varying issues of mutual interest. Permanent Secretary Mr. Norman Gilbert says the engagement is in line with government's transformation agenda.
Look at the work plan for the remainder of the year. The minister would also accompany us on the visit as well, to obviously has his inaugural visit to the youth organizations, the schools, as well as the Ministry of Carriacou Petite Martinique Affairs, to discuss with the stakeholders there what is it that is in plan for Carriacou in terms of the transformational agenda of government. And so the next few days will be quite packed with those activities, and we are looking forward to a very successful event.
The team's itinerary includes a meeting with senior coaches and coaching staff, a leadership and mentorship workshop, a meeting with groundsmen, a visit to all playing fields on the Sister Isles, and a youth symposium.
You know that we are moving into a new transformational agenda, which obviously we have to look at changing the objectives, looking at where the ministry is currently and where the ministry would like to go based on the policy directive of government. And this is important for us because we also want to be able to engage the staff. I mean, we understand the physical disconnect that we have based on our physical location. And so to be able to embrace the staff and to be able to listen to their concerns and queries and be able to provide responses, we believe is important, so that they also believe that we are closely connected in terms of the work that we do. But of critical importance is the engagement with the stakeholders, both youth, sports and culture, and to ensure that whatever happens on mainland also happens in Carriacou in terms of programs and projects of the ministry. So this is a very important engagement for us.
The team comprises Permanent Secretary Mr. Norman Gilbert, Coordinator of Sports Mr. Curlin Peters, Acting Chief Cultural Officer Mr. Adrian Mark, Acting Coordinator of Youth Development Mr. Earl Williams, and Program Manager of the new Imani program Ms. Jessie Cumberbatch. They will also be joined by Minister with Responsibility for Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Ron Redhead. The team will return to Grenada on Monday, 19th September 2022. And that story brings us to the end of the National Report for today, Wednesday, 13th September 2022. Recapping the top story, Prime Minister says the region's education system must be a driving force for building resilient populations. On behalf of the entire news team here at the Government Information Service, I am Abigail McIntyre. Thank you for joining us.
Alrighty, and of course, that's it for the National Report. We want to say thank you very much to the NR team, and of course, we will have another program for you tomorrow, God's willing. And now we take a look at the weather. Small man decided he wanted daddy, so I had to rush for him, but it seems like he's falling asleep. Okay, so let's take a look at the weather. I thought I had it up somewhere. Okay. All right, yes, so the weather is submitted by the Met Office what we can tell you is that according to the Met Office, the weather is expected to be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with the isolated showers. Tonight's minimum temperature 26.5 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough, waves of 5 to 7 feet in northerly swells. A small craft advisory is in effect. And if we are to take a look at Thursday's weather, what we can tell you is that the weather is expected to be generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times with the isolated nighttime showers. Max temperature 31.5 degrees Celsius and a minimum 26.5. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour, becoming variable to calmer times. Seas moderate to slightly rough. Waves 5 to 7 feet in northerly to northeasterly swells. A small craft advisory would also be in effect for tomorrow, Thursday, God's willing. And before we part, I did not officially welcome back the folks on YouTube, so we'll have to say hello to the folks on YouTube. And of course, we're happy to have you back. YouTube was behaving badly, but we've gotten that sorted out, so we say welcome back. And so we see that we have It's Clovey on with us and Suzanne with us as well. We have Greens473 with us. We have, who's that again? Hey, Rayburn. Hello. And Michelle and everyone else with us. Okay? All right. Yes, Michelle. And we want to say hello to those of you who are on Facebook and to the sharers, those of you who have shared. I see that so many of you haven't shared, but that's okay. I think the team has met the target, so I'm not going to make an issue out of that. All right, so big up to the sharers, all of you who have shared the program thus far. And let's say as well hello to Javar and Michelle, again, another Michelle, Ezran, Rolanda, Celine, Kirin, Suzanne, Patricia, Claudette. Did I say Ezra? Did I say Leon? Did I say Sylvia and Eunice? And Velma, Kathy, Della. We have two Dellas. And Ansha is with us as well. So blessing to you guys, and may God bless you and family. Nika, hello. And Celine, Velma, Kellyanne, who else is with us? So the entire team, we want to say hello and thank you for sharing, and thank you for doing your best. Dillian, hello to you as well, and may God bless you. Okay, so we're looking forward to another really interesting program tomorrow, God's willing, same time, same place. Folks, you have to know that I really appreciate you. I appreciate every one of you. I do not know what my life would be like without you. Every one of you having to mention, yes, Java, every one of you, it gives me pleasure, Rhonda and all, to mention your names at the end of the program, just knowing that you guys are part of this reality. When one of you is missing, it seems like, a part of us is missing, Donna. So I'm happy to see that you guys are always here every night, and at the end of the program, we're able to call you by name, Yvonne, and all the other names, so thank you very much, Mom and Lintana and the rest of the family, Meryl and the crew. Hello to you guys. So family, that's as far as I can take it for today. You can join me tomorrow, God's willing, again, same time, same place. So let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, ja! No! Take care, God bless you, and be good to yourself and your family. Later.